New York Mayor John Lindsay, a one-time Republican who turned Democrat last summer, bypassed the presidential primary in New Hampshire and is undergoing his first real test of strength in Florida's primary today. Welcome, Mayor Lindsay.
Thank you, Frank.
And events seem to have worked to rather group you and Senator McGovern. And my question is, even though you did not come in second or possibly came in fourth or fifth, would you be pleased if you came in ahead of Senator McGovern?
Well, I see my candidacy as running against all the senators and against George Wallace. It's really, I come from a different world, and I'm trying to say what it's like in the communities and neighborhoods and drawing hard issues. So I don't see it as any single opponent that I have at all. Incidentally, it's not the first test I've had. Don't forget, there was a contest in Arizona, and I came in second there.
Was it primary?
Just behind Muskie. No, it was not. It was a delegate selection choice and a complicated one, but it was balloted. The delegates had to be elected.
Perhaps should explain a little more clearly. Barbara?
Mr. Mayor, as one sits on the beach here at Miami Beach, there's a plane that goes by now and then, and it says Forest Hills, which is a suburb of New York. Forest Hills says, beware of Mayor Lindsay or something. Well, there is a feeling among many New Yorkers that you are running primarily as a man who knows the city and has tackled the city problems, and yet New York is in quite a mess, a lot of them feel. And they wonder how you can run on that particular form of pride, let's say.
This is the reason I'm running. We do have a lot of problems in New York, but we've made a lot of gains in that city, too. And I'm very proud of the things we've been able to do. I also know how much we haven't been able to do, and that's why I'm running for president. I tell you that if you're running the second biggest government in the country, there's no choices you make that are easy ones, and every choice you make is going to be an unpopular one to somebody. Congressmen and senators are not in that position. I know. I was in Washington for the better part of 10 years. I served 7 years in the Congress alongside of the senators that are running in this campaign. And each time I ran for re-election, I piled up a bigger majority than I did the time before. The last time I ran for re-election, I got the biggest majority of any congressman running for re-election in the country, with one possible exception. As a mayor in a tough city, and any local government official can tell you this, life is not that easy. If you close the parks to automobiles, the taxi cab drivers are going to curse you. If you shut down incinerators all over town, the utilities are going to curse you. And if you make tough decisions on open housing so that all people have a fair shake, the middle class is going to get sore. If you fight so that every kid can have a free college education at the city university, tuition free, someone else is going to get mad. If you demand that the unions, municipal unions, support productivity efforts so you get more impact out of police work, fire, sanitation, the unions get sore.
So, given all that, Governor, Mayor, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little confused. Given all that, I have seen polls that indicate a good many people are afraid that you would pay too much attention to the cities and their problems, and not enough to the country as a whole.
Well, see, the country has become metropolitan. 2/3 of Florida is now citified in many ways. Miami has the highest crime rate in the nation. One of the most important meetings I had in this whole campaign was not over the politics of Florida or the presidency, but I was meeting with the police chief of Miami and a group of businessmen who were worried on the problem, and they wanted to talk to me as a mayor of a big city. And they said, maybe you could tell us something about what you're doing in New York, because we have even a more difficult problem, and perhaps we can help you too. And that's the nature of it. And I have to tell you too that the problems of this country, particularly Wallaceism and what that stands for, it's not just a city thing, it's a suburban issue too. Don't forget that your urban problems have become fearsome in suburban America. Crime rates and worry and welfare increase. In Arizona, I carried Phoenix ahead of all candidates, ahead of Muskie, McGovern. And I guess the reason I carried it in that thing was because in Phoenix, which is a metropolitan area, they saw some commonality between their pressures and the pressures of a city like New York.
How far are you going to go, Mayor?
I'm going to run in Wisconsin, California, and Massachusetts. I'm committed to going there, and I'm seriously considering at this moment Indiana and Oregon.
So what are two primaries won't make the decision for you?
Oh, no. I'm going straight on, and I expect to run strong here in Florida, and I'm going to go straight through. I go straight to Wisconsin from here, back to New York City for a period of time, then I'll be campaigning in Wisconsin and Massachusetts.
Well, Barbara and I thank you, Mayor Lindsay.
Thank you.
Here's Frank Blair in New York with the message from Kellogg's.